The fourth report of the Brexit Select Committee on the agreement, which was published this morning. The committee's wonderful staff worked really hard over Christmas, but we have not had the opportunity in 3 days to produce a fuller report, and I did write to the Leader of the House about giving the committee a bit more time to complete the task that was given to us just under a year ago. I will be voting for this bill to implement the agreement today, because quite simply the alternative is no deal. And I recognise there are others in the House who will abstain and vote against, but in truth, if we were in the position that every single one of their votes were required in order to get this bill and therefore this agreement through, I cannot believe that any of those colleagues would actually choose no deal with all of the damaging economic consequences it would bring over a deal. And that's why I think in the end the Prime Minister realised he had no alternative but to get an agreement. This is not a vote about whether we support Brexit. I do not. But it's happened. This is a vote about making a bit better of a bad job. Yeah. Now, there are aspects of the agreement that will be welcomed. The absence of tariffs has been referred to, the agreement on healthcare, the level playing provisions seem pretty reasonable to me. We've got access to some of the information we require for our security. But we must also be honest about what is missing from this agreement and what that will mean. It does not deliver frictionless trade. It will impose checks, costs and red tape on British businesses that export to Europe. And I was frankly astonished to hear the Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster on the radio the other morning apparently praising red tape as a benefit because it will make British businesses get match fit to trade. Well, that is certainly a novel economic theory, and it doesn't reflect the Conservative Party as we previously understood it. It offers no certainty yet on data transfer or financial services, which is so important to our economy. We didn't get what was sought on conformity assessments, on rules of origin, on mutual recognition of qualifications, on reduced SPS checks, and there is, as of this moment, no agreement yet on Gibraltar. And why has this happened? Because from the start, the government was faced with having to choose between sovereignty on the one hand and the economic interests of the country on the other, and however hard they tried to pretend that they could have the best of both, that was never possible. There was always a trade-off that would have to be made, and we see that reflected in the agreement before us, which is long and complex, rather like Brexit itself, and the full implications of both have yet to be revealed. Madam Deputy Speaker, today this bill will pass. Tomorrow, the process of leaving the EU will be complete. But the day after, we will need to look forward, because a new question will confront us as a nation. What kind of relationship do we now wish to have with our biggest, nearest and most important trading partners and friends? And the other reason why I'll be voting for this bill today is, for all it has failed to secure, it at least provides a foundation on which in the years ahead we can build what I hope will be a strong economic and political relationship with our European friends. And I hope as we move beyond Leave and Remain, we will now be able as a country to come together to do exactly that.
Now we go virtually to Dame Cheryl Gillan.
Thank you, Madam